Chelsea Football Club have held direct talks with Newcastle United for Alexander ISAK. A lot of people are getting excited. I'm here to say calm down a little bit. Furthermore, we've got Santos coming out and having an interview where he actually explains the harsh truth of what happened last year and why sometimes I think players shouldn't have a say on their futures. We'll talk about that. Furthermore, we have seen the very interesting point of Cole Palmer. Apparently the world has woken up and realised Cole Palmer's actually one of England's better players and Conor Gallagher can't play in the build-up role. We need to talk about what happened with England, because England won the group, but when I tell you people are upset, people are still upset. And finally, we have got some clarification regarding the wage structure at Chelsea and what is planned, and this whole scaremongering from individuals, they don't want to pay big wages ever, is nonsense, right? You earn the wages, you get paid the wages. It's as simple as that. The Telegraph is reporting it. Let's get into it. Let's break it down into little details. But first thing I'm going to ask from all of you is hit the like button. Listen, you don't understand how much it helps when you lot hit that like button and we hit 1,000 likes. More people see it, YouTube recommends it, and it's great for the channel, and you're directly helping me. Secondly, if you made it this far, subscribe to the channel. You're clearly enjoying it. That also helps. So now, let's keep up with the news and let's get into it. So the reports from Tyneside are coming out that Alexander ISAK is potentially available and Newcastle would consider selling him. However, Chelsea have held talks with Newcastle, and all I'm going to say is calma. Can Chelsea spend the money? 100% Chelsea. Chelsea Football Club at this moment in time under Todd Bowley, Igbali and Blueco throw money around left, right and centre. When have they ever ran after a player and then said, nah, the transfer fee's too high? We haven't seen it. Romeo Lavia, 62 million. Mudryk, 62 million. Cucurella, 57 million. You want the bigger numbers? Enzo Fernandez, 105 million. Caicedo, 115 million. We all know these men have no problem spending a big boy transfer fee, spreading it out, and they believe they'll make the money back in investment. However, this is where it gets interesting. Is ISAK what Chelsea needs? 100%. ISAK is arguably top 5 strikers in the league, and what I love about ISAK is ISAK's not just a shooter, because Lord have mercy, the guy can shoot. However, this is where it gets interesting. ISAK can link up play, he can drop deep, he can go left wing, he can go right wing, he can go number 9. He is literally the modern day hybrid forward. Whatever you need, my man can deliver. He's literally Deliveroo. Like, whatever you want, I can deliver for you. Like, as long as you just pay the money, he'll do it. Give him his wages, he's banging goals. Anywhere, anyhow. Assists as well. And he'll take penalties and make an absolute beautiful contribution from that standpoint. So, can Chelsea secure this deal? I need a little bit more credible news. I need more credible news. At this moment in time, this is the type of news that you hear when you don't get Elise. And you need Chelsea fans to start getting a little bit more faith for the new season coming up. You know, season ticket renewals are coming out, geezer. The fixtures are out. So Chelsea want our money. Calm down. Let's see if there's any more big stories that come out with this, and then we'll go from it. But at the moment, so far, it's the Northern correspondents that are coming out with this story, and we'll keep it tabs and we'll get on. Speaking about the wage structure, I am so happy Simon Johnson came out with this, because I think this is the type of news that I wanted to hear. Chelsea Football Club are not opposed to paying big salaries. They just have 2 conditions that need to be met to pay big salaries. And for me, these conditions make sense. You know, when you look at stuff, and I always say, doing this job, what I really don't like is my initial take. And the reason why I don't like my initial take is because I'm emotional, right? I am emotionally invested into this club, and what I want is Chelsea to be the best version of themselves. I want Chelsea to be the best version of themselves, and that happens with amazing players playing for my football club. So when I hear Chelsea are obsessed with Michael Elise, when I hear Chelsea believe they are favourite for Michael Elise, when I hear Chelsea are in pole position for Michael Elise, I'm emotionally invested that this deal is going to get done. Because there's no way my club is putting out fillers, obsessed, favourites, pole position, and then we don't. Why on earth do we get embarrassed like that? I felt like I'm getting dunked on, and I'm getting people tweeting me, and I'm hot. Hence why I come on the platform, and I start talking straight away. But when did you sit back and think about why Chelsea didn't pay the wages? It makes sense, and the 2 conditions weren't met. Condition number 1, they believe you need to have earned the contract. Because what Chelsea believe in, you bring in a Cole Palmer, 70k. If they outperform their contract, big man, you're getting paid. You're going to be remunerated the way that everyone else in the market is getting remunerated, and it is incentive-based performance. The better you do, the more money you make. The better you do, the more money we make. And it's almost like a commission-based service. So the higher you perform, the better we are, the more trophies we win, the more you get paid, because we can afford to pay you. We don't have the stadium to fund stupid wages, nor do we want to. And when you think about it that way, from a sustainability and from a business standpoint, to make sure Chelsea is here in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 100 years, it's the right way to do it. Secondly, and this is the big one, because what scared me about this system is, are we going to be able to go and attract the best talent if we need it? If I want Diogo Costa in goal next season, can we do it? Yes, we can. And the way Chelsea are doing it is, they just want there to be a body of work, of proven body of work. And why? Guys, the morale in the squad is important. And there's nothing worse than, listen, you're getting paid that much more than me, but what have you done in your career? I've already done this for this club. I want more money. We're humans. This happens. If I'm doing more work than you and I'm more productive than you, however, just because you come from another company, you're making more money than me, broski, I'm going to be pissed. That's the reality of it. So when you look at what Michael Elise has done in his career, last season was a great indicator of how good he could be. He had 19 games and it was 12 goals in the league, I think, or 10 or 12. And that, for me, was enough of an indicator for me to say, this guy's sick. Like, we need to get this player while the iron is hot, because it's only going to get hotter like a volcano. However, Chelsea looked at it in a different way. He was only played 19 league games, meaning he was injured for 19 of them. Furthermore, he only scored 10 goals. So if we give him 220k, what is that telling for other players? What is that going to tell Noni Madueke if he goes and gets 10 goals next year? Is it going to say, oh, Noni, you deserve 200k as well? It's basically protecting the structure and rewarding people on performance. Whether this is the approach that we all would like to see? No, we would like to see, listen, just go get the best players, but it's money that we need to find. And Chelsea clearly care about their pocket, as they should. A lot of people are saying this is a business. We're in the business of making money, not in the business of winning trophies. Let's be honest, and I'm going to say it this way. Chelsea could have won 2 trophies this year if Pochettino could coach. Because we should have beat Liverpool, we should have been past Manchester City in that semi-final, and then we had a 50-50 game against Man United. So let's cut out the... And this is exactly why Nico Williams, as confirmed by Fabrizio Romano, will not happen. And why is that? Because Mr. Nico Williams has not done anything to warrant the 250k he's currently asking for. He's just not worth the money. I'm sorry. He's got 4 league goals, I think, if I'm not mistaken, last season. That is not up to scratch for a player that's demanding the money he is. Before we get into the Euros and talk about what happened with England, boys and girls, we need to talk about Andrés Santos. So Andrés Santos went on a podcast. He's sitting there speaking fala português, speaking in Brazil, in Brazil. And what I find interesting is, we found out why he didn't stay at Chelsea. And I'm not going to lie to you, low-key annoyed. So Chelsea wanted him to stay because Chelsea thought, listen, you had a great preseason, a fantastic preseason. And he agrees with that. We want you to stay and fight for your position. He believed he had to go and play. And what he said was, he believed that he saw Enzo Fernandez, world champion, he saw Caicedo, and they're going to play every game. He wanted more minutes. Then he said he went out there, it didn't really work out, and it was just one of those things where when he came back, he went to Strasbourg to play more minutes. What's going to change this year? I think he should have stayed last year. I think he should have stayed in January, and I think he needs to stay this year. Guys, he is so much better than people think he is. He is up there with being our 3rd best centre midfielder. Maybe 4th, because I always forget about Romeo Lavia. For me, the midfield 4 of Caicedo, Enzo, Lavia, and Santos is brilliant in options. Shinkani Chukwuemeka in there, and you got 5 for 3 positions under Maresca that is going to be unreal. Like, I am going to be so excited to watch our team, because regardless, the combination in the midfield is going to work. Technically secure, athletic, ability to get around and put challenges in, great reading of the game. The only one that doesn't have athleticism is Enzo Fernandez. But Enzo reads the game well, his passing is unreal, and we're going to be fine. I can't wait to see him. Then he spoke about how Enzo is super experienced, Caicedo is a great player, Reece James helped him settle him. He even gave Midwell a little bit of praise, which I didn't like, can't lie to you. Kind of want us to settle Ben Chilwell, because Chilly boy hasn't been good for 2 years, but he's still picking up his wages, and no one ever talks about him. But Cucurella, we must talk about. We must not forget about Cucurella. As I always get told. However, Chilwell, no, let Chilwell get paid. He won us the Champions League, guys. He won us the Champions League. He has to get paid. Chilwell, for me, has not been up to par for a while. Didn't deserve his extension. And I think, personally, if we can offload Chilwell's wages, it'll be the best piece of business all summer. We can go sign Isak. I will still celebrate selling Ben Chilwell, because he's just gone. Like, his unique selling point was his athleticism and ball striking. Yet he's lost his ball striking, and the brother can't run. He genuinely cannot run anymore. So for me, I think it's very important that we offload Ben Chilwell, and I think it's important that we don't listen to Andrea Santos in the future. Listen, you need to stay, you need to fight for your position. This is the place you're going to get more minutes. Chelsea could play 70 games next year, and it's imperative that you are here to help the squad and develop here, because when you're in-house, you have an opportunity when injuries occur to play. If you're away, people forget about it. The final bit of things that we need to talk about is the Euros. So England won their group. Wow. England won their group with 5 points. 2 draws, 1 win. Absolutely boring group. Absolutely lackluster in terms of goals. It was pathetic. However, they did it. Applause. The reality is, Southgate thought he was going to turn into a little tactician and decided to put Conor Gallagher in the double pivot with Declan Rice. When I tell you this is the most negligent form of profiling I have ever seen in my life, I am not exaggerating. This is beyond the levels of perfection, like pathetic levels, right? Because there was nothing perfection about it. You're asking Gallagher, who's not comfortable in receiving the ball in tight spaces, to receive it and play forward. Can't do that, not his game. You're asking Declan Rice, can't do that, not his game. Okay, your number 10's got to be wavy. No, Jude Bellingham, can't do that. He's just not of the level. So then people start questioning, oh, we can't retain the ball. Of course you can't retain the ball. Of course you can't retain the ball. You got 3 players that are like allergic to retaining the ball. Everything they do has to be hustle and bustle and athleticism. Surprise, surprise. Second half, Kobe Mainoo comes on. All of a sudden, ball retention a little bit better, bit more fluid, left, right, and centre. Oh, hold on. Now you bring on Cole Palmer. Don't get me started that Saka's been taken off instead of Jude Bellingham. And all of a sudden, Cole Palmer's having a few threaded balls forward. He's direct. He's aggressive with his passing. He's taking a man on. And the Slovenian defense don't know what's happening because they haven't dealt with this for 68 minutes. And for me, there's a whole uprise now that Palmer has to start the next game. And Cole Palmer is a player that deserves to start the next game. The way he came on yesterday, the way he made an emphasis on, I don't care who's in front of me, this is going to be my team. Harry Kane, I don't care about you. Jude Bellingham, broski, I don't care about you either. Foden, grow your eyebrows. I don't care about you. Like, this is going to be my team. Kobe Mainoo came on expressing himself. And there was one incident, right? I think it was the 92nd minute when Palmer just ran onto it and I was like, put it top bins, put it top bins. And he went bottom right-hand corner and it just didn't go in. However, that move told me everything I need to hear. People were like, oh, young players are braver and they try stuff. No, Kobe's flick was nothing to do with him being brave. It was technical security under pressure. His ability to receive the ball or flick the ball because he's technically secure is not there because he's brave. It's because he knows what he's doing with his feet. He's comfortable in receiving the ball and with the ball close to his body. Gallagher can't do that. Rice can't do that. Trent can't do that. Trent is a long ball specialist when he's got time and space. Put him at right back, he looked like a better player yesterday. What I don't like, and it really infuriates me every time I see it, is us shoehorning players into positions because of what their names are rather than their talents. How much better would England look if you actually just did a simple thing of Kane, Palmer or Foden, put Palmer on the left or Foden on the left, Saka on the right. Move Jude back, and then if you want Declan Rice. Personally, I'd go Kobe Mainoo. Jude and Kobe, make it work. Make it work. Be responsible, be defensive, be smart, time your runs. They're intelligent players. Why can Real Madrid, play players like Modric, Cruz, and Valverde make it work. Because they are intelligent. They pick and choose their moment. Why is it Tchouaméni, a box-to-box, can play with Camavinga and Jude Bellingham? Because they're intelligent. They decide, they pick and choose when they're going to go. Ball retention is there. When you're in possession, you're secure. If you are insistent on playing Declan Rice because of his energy, you have to have two ball players. You can't play Jude, in my opinion. If Declan's playing, you can't play Jude. You're losing the element of keeping the ball, ticking it over, rotating it. But that's just my opinion. Guys, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments below if you actually agreed with it. And one more thing, I haven't done this in ages. If you made it this far, drop a pineapple emoji so I know which one of you made it all the way to the end. It always tells me who the real ones are, and when I start reading comments, I know which ones to reply to first. But hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, let me know your thoughts. Peace out, I'm out.